This is the Unbreakable Golfers podcast, where we're shining a light on your pain and weakness and how it is affecting your positions, your power and your performance on the golf course. Unbreakable Golfers daily edition, daily divot, take the chunk out of the floor. You're kind of getting the idea by now. So, not sure if you've seen The Last Dance on Netflix. It's about the Chicago Bulls and when they're going for their second three-peat, their sixth title, and basically what happened leading up to it. It was very, very, very good. I've seen it before and now I'm working my way through it for a second time. It's one of those things that when you've got 20 minutes to kill, not sure what to watch, put that on. So, I mean, they talk about Michael Jordan, they talk about Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, and talk about the high levels, what they sacrificed, what they went through to do it. But the underlying message throughout it is that all of them, and especially Jordan, was willing to outwork his competition. Now, whether the competition was himself or someone he was going up against, their work ethic was like higher than anyone else. Now, it's not really talked about throughout the whole thing. Obviously, there's talk about the work hard, but really what it is that they're in a position that they have the right mindset. They know what to think to outwork their competition. So let's take this back to my second framework, which is the fairway four, right? So the fairway four is figures, focus, fitness, function. So let's reverse engineer that and take it back and work us back way through. So function. Function is the end result. So if it's treatment, it's removal of pain linked to your golf swing, so more range of motion. If it's golf, then it will be, you're slicing the ball and you no longer want to slice the ball and you take whatever. So let's take slicing the ball. So you go and see a pro, you're slicing the ball, he gets you to do some things and he gives you some drills. So if you come back again, fitness would be the drills that you get to do, the physical activity that you do to move towards your end function. So he gives you these drills to do. Then before that is focus, is what you need to think about, the actions you need to take, your mind to get it right so that you take those actions, which leads to the function. And figures is your original data. So again, if you're coming for a treatment, it's your TPI screen. If it's mindset, it's, what you're thinking about yourself. If it's fitness, what's your numbers, what's your weight, and they're your original figures. So you've got figures, focus, fitness, and function. Now, focus is quite possibly the most important part. Now, not as though it's basically like having four walls on a house. One wall does not become more important than the others unless that's the one wall that's taking a battering from the outside, rain, wind, whatever else. That becomes the most important wall. So that's how I want you to think about focus. So focus is, what do I physically need to think to take the actions to get where I want to go? So again, coming back to our golf pro example with someone that's going to slice, they will give you the drills you need to do to stop doing that. But what do you physically need to think to keep doing that drill? Same thing when I'll give someone corrective exercise. What do you physically need to think to implement the corrective exercise? Because it's easy to do it when you're in pain. It's easy to do that drill when you've got a golf pro sitting next to you. The problem comes when you get home and you're like, I'm not really sure, am I doing it right? And you don't put the time in, you're not willing to outwork your competition. So, the lesson in all this is, you can't get the results without the right mindsets. In The Last Dance, the right mindset above all else, above all their skill and the need to win, is they were absolutely willing to outwork their competition, whether their competition was the actual people they're competing against, people on the team, or themselves. So a couple of questions for you. Where are you trying to get results in your golf, your body, and even in your mind, and you don't have the right mindset to stay consistent? You don't have the right focus. Follow-up question. What could you do today to start working with others and doing what they are willing to do? So you're putting yourself in a position that whoever is your competition, you outwork them. Is your competition you from yesterday? Is your competition you from a year ago? Is your competition someone that you are physically competing against? What could you do today to start outworking them? Good luck. For more information on golf performance, by increasing your power, by getting in better positions, by working on your body and mind, go to unbreakablegolfers.com and sign up to the free asset.